So guys, I was sitting here rewatching Trigun. Definitely one of the all-time favorites. Definitely my top 10 as far as anime is concerned. But I was sitting here watching season 1, episode 8, right? And in this episode, very interesting stuff occurred between Vash and Kite, right? So like Vash, he's out here trying to protect the people, trying to save them from these from these bad guys, right? And they attack him, and it was interesting to see how he reacted, right, when he shot his gun, used his gun. One of the interesting things that remembering back to these episodes, and specifically this one, where there's a specific conversation that Vash has with Kite, and something else happens within this episode with Kite specifically. And the one main key thing to note about Vash is that he specifically brings up his promise. It's a promise to not take a life. Now we know, for those of us who are Trigun fans who watched the entire show, we know there's reasons why he has this mindset and why he's been trying to keep this promise, to the young lady from his past. It's just one of those things that, and it's funny too, because when we sit here and think about Vash as the character, and leading up to this point, there was always the hints, people talking about Vash the Stampede, the stuff that he did, per these specific cities and stuff like that. But we don't get any clear-cut stuff until later in the show, right? But Vash brings us up. He shows real actual worry for these bad guys. He shows fear. He shows uncertainty, because he noticed that the bad guys that he shot bleeding too much. He doesn't want them to lose their life. He throughout up to this point, even at eight episodes into the show, what we see a lot of times when he is attacking the enemies is that he is actually looking to neutralize them, basically like how Batman would do in the Justice League when he had the conversation with them, talking about I put these contingency plans in place to neutralize you all, not take you out, fully eliminating you. So with Vash, it's the same thing, same concept. He wants to neutralize his enemies, not take them out to where they're done for, because he's trying to keep and hold to this promise. But with that, Kite is actually having some response, and of course it's a negative response. What we do find out from Kite is that he lost his father, and he when he was younger, and he was out here all by himself, and living in the streets and stuff like that. But he just did not trust specific people in his life, and he took that moving forward over the course of, want to say, the past couple of years, 2 to 4 years, as he's growing up and getting older. He's just saying, like, you shouldn't have to do this. They're the enemies, they're the bad guys, they deserve to be taken out. But Vash is like, he's saying to Kite, like, I made a promise. That promise is to basically not to not take people out completely. He doesn't want that to occur. But again, for me, when I'm watching this episode, because of specific situations, we know that Vash, his memory is fickle. He doesn't remember stuff that happened from prior to these events, because they did indeed happen per the show, but they're hinting at it, and it's just like he has made this promise to the love of his life from way back when, and then he it's like it's like he knows that he did do said things to these cities and stuff like that, but like, it's like the memory is vivid, it's there. Like, it just, to me, here in this episode 8, it just seemed like it was hinting to specific future events to come, but definitely per his past. So it was just one of those interesting things per this episode, guys, that was just it literally like opened my eyes a little bit more after rewatch as I'm rewatching the show, because I've been rewatching it over the course of the past roughly week or so, and you know, with them hinting at this stuff in Vash, holding back and not trying to harm people. You know, he you know, like I said, his memory is it's messed up. He doesn't really remember a whole bunch of stuff, but I feel like here, up to this point here, specifically episode 8, he's showing true signs of, you know, he feels like it's like he realizes, it feels like he knows that he is a danger, and he just does not want to hurt people and harm them because he made this promise and because of what's going to be coming to, you know, moving forward in the anime. But you know, with that, guys, I'm about to be out. What did y'all think of the video? Leave some comments, comment sections below. Did you get that? Did you receive that here after rewatching the anime and we're getting up to this point at 8 episodes into the show? Did you receive that from Vash how I did? This is just what I'm assuming is the case here with Vash, because I just felt like he just knew that he really was a harm to people, and that's why he, you know, was you know, basically just trying to like neutralize his enemies. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Let's talk about some things you feel up to it, and I'll hopefully talk to you next time with another video. Peace, guys.